welcome. I am Tamara, and today we are going to be doing a super simple project. We are going to be playing around with zipper tape to make this, but this is essentially one side of a piece of zipper tape, and it's sewn in a loop, and it creates a jacket holder or a scarf holder, really whatever you want to throw in the center. You'll have a lobster claw clasp at the top. Now for myself, I didn't actually have the right size lobster claw clasp for this tutorial, so I did use a D ring and I just added this little S hook to it. But in the tutorial, I will tell you everything that you need, and as always, everything is going to be linked in the description down below. Now before we jump into the tutorial, I just want to show you how it looks. So I've got my jacket here, I've got my zipper jacket holder here. I'll open it all the way up. Then tuck my jacket on through. It's obviously a little easier if it's hooked to something, like your backpack. And then you've got your jacket in there, and then you can just zip down and you're holding your jacket nicely in place. It's off of your shoulders, you've got it with you, you're not gonna lose it. And I am planning on throwing this little guy in my purse. I will also be throwing this on my backpack if I ever do any travels. That way, even when I'm in the airport or whatever, I can just throw my jacket in this, and I know that it's with me without me losing it. I do have one thing that I want to explain to you about the zippers, but I'm gonna jump into everything that you need for this tutorial, and then I will do a quick interruption to talk to you about the zippers before we get started. So let's jump on in. You will need some cotton fabric as well as a number 5 size zipper tape with number 5 size zipper pull. Some optional but helpful items are this zipper jig here as well as a lighter. And then you will need a lobster claw clasp, and that lobster claw clasp will need to measure 1.5 inches wide. Now, I happen to only have a 1-inch lobster clasp at home right now, but I wanted to make this tutorial still, so I decided I would use just a regular D-ring, and that D-ring is a 1.5-inch measurement, plus this little S-hook carabiner. The next step is to determine how long you need your zipper to be. So I grabbed the jacket that I will use the most with this zipper holder, and I measured around and I saw that ideally a 22-inch length will work best for holding this jacket. So take the length that you prefer and add 1 inch to the end of that. So I cut a piece of fabric at 23 inches long by 1.5 inches high. And then I also cut my zipper tape that 23-inch length. Then I will pull my zipper tape in half, and I will only use 1/2 of the zipper tape. All right, so that is everything that you're going to need for this tutorial. However, when you split open your zipper, you're going to have 2 sections of that zipper. You only need 1 section to make one of these. However, I don't know if you can tell, this one has a slight curve, and this one has a big curve, and it'll actually become more curly the more I zip it up. Now, it's not actually a specific zipper that you're using that is making that happen. It's which side of the zipper that's making that happen. So this one has a bit less of a bend, more curly of a bend. I'm going to throw a diagram up here right now just to show you the way that the teeth lay once you fold that zipper piece in half is how you're going to know if the piece is going to be more curly or less curly. So depending on if that matters to you, follow that diagram a little bit so that you can get an idea of which side of the zipper tape you want to use. I really don't care. I don't mind that it's curled, but if I was giving this as a gift, then I would definitely care, and I would want to make sure that the straight piece is what I'm using. So that is my quick PSA so that you know exactly what's going on before you start sewing this tutorial. And if you enjoy this project, I just ask that you give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you don't want to lose me here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get sewing. It's at this point that I like to use my lighter just to seal in the ends of my zipper, as I find those ends tend tend to fray. Next, take your piece of fabric and fold it in half, wrong sides together, pressing a crease along that edge. Then you can fold the raw edges in towards that crease and press once again. Then it is time to slide your zipper tape on into the folded section of your fabric and just line it up along with the inner edge and clip it in place. And if you struggle to get everything lined up perfectly, you could use double-sided tape. I will definitely link to it in the description down below if you're interested in using that. For this project, I'm choosing not to use the double-sided tape. Next, you'll take this to your sewing machine and you will sew a top stitch along that inner folded edge, starting and stopping with a back stitch. And now it's time to add your zipper pull. I like to use my zipper jig for this. This is also linked in the description down below. I find it makes it so much easier to attach my zipper. So fold your zipper in half and then just pull it on through that zipper pull. Next, grab another piece of fabric and cut that 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. This is going to attach to the end of our zipper. Fold the fabric upwards 1/4 inch and give it a finger crease. Then lay this fabric wrong side face down and lay your zipper right side face down on top of that. Clip it in place and then wrap the side with the folded edge up and over your zipper. Clip that in place, then fold the other half up and over as well. Once everything is clipped exactly where you need it, take it to your sewing machine and sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance along that raw edge. Now you can flip that fabric so that it is right side face out. You can bring it to your iron and give it a quick press as well so those side edges are held nicely in place. Then along that far raw edge, you will fold that down between 1/4 to 1/2 inch and just give that a finger crease as well. Then grab your 1.5 inch lobster claw clasp and slide it onto that fabric end. And in my case, I am using a D-ring instead because it is the correct size. Once I've got that slid in place, then I will fold my fabric on over and line it up with the end of the fabric seam, clipping it in place. I will take this back to my sewing machine and I will sew a square around that edge. So I will sew a top stitch, starting and stopping with a back stitch, and that will just hold that flap in place. And this is the final product. Due to me not having a lobster claw clasp, I'm just going to use this S-ring carabiner and attach it to the D-ring. Now we can call it done, but there is one final thing that you can do if you really want to make your zipper secure. So for myself, what I noticed when I'm putting my jacket within the zipper is the zipper will pop back up a little bit depending on the way that the jacket is laying in there. So let me see if I can show it to you. So it really does depend on how thick the item is that you're putting in your loop. But as you zip down, did you see how that zipper just popped up like an inch? So that will happen if your jacket is quite thick and it's kind of pushing the loop outwards. So the way to combat that is that you can add this little guy here and then you can slide it on down and essentially lock that zipper in place. So that is an option if that bothers you. I just slid one end through and then tucked it around that little piece right here and back through the other end. You're able to add this at the very end. It's not a big deal. And I will definitely have that linked in the description down below as well. If that matters to you, it doesn't really matter to me, so I think I'm going to take this off and use it for another project, but I wanted you to know that that was an option. I hope that you guys enjoyed sewing this tutorial. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.